then I'm curious, did you hook up any teammates or anybody with the shoe? Or I mean, we're
Courtney
seeing
Williams is rocking them tonight, which like I've had multiple people ask for them. I only have size 9 right now, so they're actually playing in my samples.
That's actually
my size too. So
Both buds have them on. Both the buds have them on. So yeah, this is a pretty fun pair, and you're looking at. I think it's like Valentine's Day edition. You got the charm on there, but I was gonna wear some all white ones. I'm like, that's not fun enough. We got to break out some fire.
Take a look at this. Paige Beckers was pissed while Caitlin Clark was talking about her signature shoes. Look at her face. She don't want nothing to do with it. She don't want nothing to do with this. She don't want to hear about no damn Caitlin Clark shoes. She been jealous of this girl since college.
The WNBA is heading into one of its biggest moments of the year, but one storyline is dominating conversations before the All-Star festivities even begin. This time, it isn't about a buzzer beater, a blockbuster trade, or a playoff race. It's about business, branding, and one of the biggest signature shoe launches women's basketball has ever seen. Caitlin Clark's latest move has basketball fans, sneaker collectors, and sports executives all paying close attention. For months, Clark has remained one of the most talked about athletes in the sport. Every game she plays creates headlines. Every highlight spreads across social media within minutes, and every major announcement connected to her seems to generate enormous interest. Whether people cheer for her or root against her, they still watch, and that's exactly what makes her one of the most valuable athletes in basketball today. The excitement surrounding her upcoming Nike signature shoe is another example of that influence. Instead of simply receiving another player-exclusive colorway, Clark is launching her own signature line, placing her among a select group of athletes trusted to represent one of the biggest brands in sports. That's a milestone very few basketball players ever reach, and it reflects the level of confidence Nike has in both her on-court ability and her growing global profile. Over the past 2 years, Clark has reportedly spent time working closely with Nike's design team, helping shape a shoe built specifically around her style of play. Rather than rushing the process, the company appears to have taken its time developing a product that reflects both performance and personality. That patience has only increased anticipation as the official launch date approaches. The Nike Caitlin 1 is scheduled to debut on October 1st, 2026 in multiple colorways, with versions available for adults as well as younger players. The broad release strategy highlights Nike's belief that Clark's appeal stretches far beyond professional basketball.
Look at this. I see a lot of Paige Beckers fans talk about how she can't stand Caitlin Clark. This might help y'all understand why. Jealousy and envy, not easy emotions to deal with. Take a listen at what Paige Beckers had to say here.
And then it just felt like women's basketball just took the world by storm, and rightfully so. So I'm not, and I felt bad because I felt like jealous in a way, and I felt like envious, and I've never been that type of person.
I felt jealous and I felt envious. Now, when she talks about women's basketball taking over, who is she talking about? Caitlin Clark.
Young athletes who have followed her journey from college to the WNBA now have the opportunity to wear the same signature model, something that has historically been reserved for the sport's biggest icons. Naturally, comparisons have followed. Several current stars have collaborated with major footwear companies through player editions or special releases, but a true signature shoe represents a different level of commitment. It signals that a brand believes an athlete can become the face of an entire product line rather than simply promote an existing model. That's why this launch has generated so much discussion throughout the basketball world. It's about more than sneakers. It's about marketing, visibility, and the growing commercial power of women's basketball. Every successful release sends another message that demand for the sport continues to rise. As All-Star Weekend approaches, the timing couldn't be more significant. Fans are already excited to watch the league's brightest stars compete, and now one of the biggest off-court stories is adding even more momentum.
But anyways, let's move on, because let's look at what else shoes are selling out alongside Sophie. So they dropped all of these shoes together, right? So Satu Sabali got hers, and as you can see, all of these are doing pretty well. I can confident, like, look at you got size 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 selling out. And granted, I know they probably only made a huge, a limited amount of these shoes. But the fact remains is that, like, her shoes are doing pretty well. And I'm pretty sure it would have been way worse if Sophie Cunningham's shoes wasn't attached to this page. The amount of traffic that's flowing in through this page just because of Sophie Cunningham is insane, man.
Whether you're interested in basketball, business, or sneaker culture, the Nike Caitlin 1 has become one of the most anticipated launches of the year, proving once again that Clark's influence extends well beyond the final buzzer. The excitement surrounding Caitlin Clark's first signature shoe goes well beyond basketball. From the moment Nike began teasing the project, fans started speculating about everything from the design to the technology, and even the different colorways expected to launch. By the time official details began surfacing, the anticipation had reached another level, with sneaker enthusiasts and basketball fans counting down to release day. One of the biggest talking points has been the broad release strategy, rather than focusing only on adult performance basketball shoes. Nike plans to make the Caitlin 1 available across multiple size ranges, including adult, grade school, and preschool versions. That approach reflects Clark's growing popularity with younger athletes, many of whom have followed her career since her record-breaking days at Iowa. It also gives families the opportunity to wear the same signature model, helping expand the shoe's appeal far beyond professional players. The launch is expected to begin with the racer blue colorway, featuring a retail price of $140 for adult sizes, $115 for big kids, and $105 for youth sizes. Additional seasonal editions are also expected to follow later in the year, including special colorways inspired by Halloween and the holiday season. Limited releases like these often create extra excitement among collectors, making each drop an event of its own. Performance has also become a major part of the conversation. According to the available product information, the shoe introduces Nike Opticast technology, designed to improve movement efficiency through strategically placed polyurethane elements across the upper. Combined with a full-length Cushlan foam midsole and a 4-foot Air Zoom turbo unit, the design aims to support quick changes of direction, explosive movement, and long-range shooting, qualities that have become closely associated with Clark's style of play. Another feature attracting attention is the branding itself. Nike has incorporated stacked swooshes that subtly reference Clark's initials, giving the shoe a distinctive visual identity without overwhelming the overall design. Small details like these often become fan favorites, especially when they connect directly to an athlete's personal brand. The timing of the launch has added even more momentum. During the 2026 WNBA All-Star Weekend, Clark remained one of the event's biggest attractions. On the court, she contributed 17 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists in Team Spoon's 129-122 victory over Team Coop, delivering another strong performance on one of the league's biggest stages. Off the court, however, much of the conversation centered around her upcoming signature shoe. Throughout the week, Clark and Nike released subtle hints about the collection, including close-up looks at the interlocking CC logo and small design details that sparked widespread discussion online. Those teasers generated enormous engagement across social media, with fans analyzing every image and trying to predict what the complete shoe would look like. As excitement continues to build, many industry observers believe the Caitlin 1 could become one of the most significant basketball footwear launches in recent years. Whether those expectations are ultimately met will depend on the official release. But one thing is already clear: the combination of Clark's popularity, Nike's marketing strategy, and strong consumer interest has made this one of the most closely watched sneaker launches in women's basketball history. As excitement surrounding the Caitlin 1 continued to build, it became clear that the launch was about much more than a single basketball shoe. Nike confirmed that the collection would include 18 apparel items alongside the signature sneaker, giving fans a full range of products inspired by Clark's style both on and off the court. From performance gear to casual apparel, the release was designed to appeal to athletes, collectors, and everyday basketball fans alike. For Nike, this approach reflects confidence in Clark's growing influence. Signature athletes rarely receive this level of coordinated product support unless a brand believes they can become long-term ambassadors. Rather than focusing on one headline product, the company appears to be building an entire collection around Clark's identity, creating an experience that extends beyond what happens during a game. As with any high-profile launch, social media quickly filled with speculation. Fans began sharing rumors about who had already received early pairs of the Caitlin 1, with photos, videos, and unconfirmed stories spreading rapidly across across basketball communities. While many of these reports remain unverified, they added another layer of excitement leading up to the official release. One player whose name frequently appeared in those discussions was Sophie Cunningham. Cunningham and Clark have developed a visible friendship on and off the court, and fans have often pointed to their positive interactions as an example of strong team chemistry. Because of that relationship, online speculation suggested Cunningham may have been among the first players to receive early access to Clark's upcoming signature collection. Although there has been no official confirmation from Nike or Clark regarding those rumors, the idea gained plenty of attention. Basketball fans love behind-the-scenes moments, especially when they involve exclusive products that haven't yet reached the public. Every leaked photo, every rumored package, and every appearance of unreleased gear only increased anticipation for launch day. Beyond the rumors, one thing has become increasingly clear throughout Clark's career. She has consistently spoken positively about her teammates and celebrated their success whenever possible. Whether through post-game interviews, social media posts, or interactions during games, she has often emphasized the importance of team chemistry and supporting those around her. That attitude has resonated with many fans. The biggest stars are frequently judged not only by their performances, but also by how they interact with teammates, coaches, and the wider basketball community. As Clark's profile continues to grow, those moments naturally receive even greater attention. Meanwhile, the conversation surrounding the Caitlyn one continues to dominate basketball circles. Between the signature design, performance technology, apparel collection, and ongoing speculation surrounding exclusive early releases, the launch has become one of the biggest off-court stories of the season. Whether people are excited about the shoe itself, interested in the business impact, or simply following the latest developments around one of basketball's brightest stars, the momentum continues to grow. By the time the collection officially arrives on October 1st, expectations will already be sky high, making the Caitlyn one of the most anticipated signature releases in recent women's basketball history. As the excitement around the Nike Caitlyn one continues to grow, one thing is becoming harder to ignore. Caitlin Clark's influence now stretches far beyond the basketball court. Her impact isn't measured only by points or highlight plays anymore. It's also reflected in sold-out arenas, television ratings, endorsement opportunities, and one of the most anticipated signature shoe launches in recent memory. A signature shoe represents more than a new product. It signals that an athlete has become one of the faces of the sport, and someone a global brand believes can inspire the next generation. That's why the Caitlyn one has generated so much attention. From its performance technology to its distinctive branding and wide retail release, Nike has clearly invested heavily in making this one of its biggest basketball launches of the year. Naturally, comparisons between Clark and other rising stars have followed. Every great era of basketball has featured talented players competing for attention, awards, and championships. Those rivalries create debate, drive interest, and give fans plenty to discuss throughout the season. While different athletes will have different levels of commercial success, the growing visibility of women's basketball benefits the sport as a whole. What stands out most is how quickly Clark has established herself as one of the league's biggest commercial names. Between her performances on the floor and her partnerships away from the game, she has built a brand that continues to expand with every season. That success didn't happen overnight. It has been built through years of standout performances, record-breaking achievements, and an ability to connect with fans across multiple generations. The release of the Caitlyn one is another milestone in that journey. Every time she steps onto the floor wearing her signature shoe, it serves as another reminder of how much her profile has grown since entering the league. Whether you're following the basketball, the business side of sports, or sneaker culture, it's clear that Clark has become one of the most influential figures in the game today. Now it's your turn to join the conversation. Do you think the Nike Caitlyn one has the potential to become one of the biggest signature basketball shoes in recent years? And where do you rank Caitlyn Clark among the biggest stars in women's basketball today? If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest basketball news, player updates, and in-depth analysis. We'll continue following the biggest stories on and off the court as this season unfolds.